to top of the morning fun. Boom, 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 boom. Just waiting for a few people to roll in here. I'm gonna move my my FTM, one of my FTM alarms to here. Approaching the most cherished of zones here soon. So I think I do want another alert. Let's take this one. Yeah. What did I do? What did I do? These blue boxes are too big. Go away. Suppose we'll go take a look at Logic Mindset. Top of the morning. Chris Marsden. Golden Wolf. Cheers, everybody rolling in. We'll go take a look at, I guess we can take a look at Bitcoin. Yes, we can take a look at Bitcoin. We can take a look here. Take a look. All right. Let's clean some stuff up here. So I did go for the scalp long yesterday. That didn't work out in my favor. I had this line right here. Was this low right here? And I was like, maybe get a little lift off that low. I saw 5-minute structure breaking out of here and figured, go for it. That meets my criteria. Did not work. Kind of took that out before eventually coming back and running that liquidity there. And then, I was hoping to get back up into here to add to my short. That's what I was really hoping for. We did not make it there. No, as a matter of fact, we just SFP'd this high right here. Bing! And then continued to go down. So we never quite made it to the area that I was hoping for. So let's get some of this stuff cleaned up here. Do one of these. Yeah. Okay. Is there what else can go away? This can go away. And that can go away. And yeah, I was kind of hoping to make it back into here this morning. Of course, yeah. And then I go to shower and miss a decent ad. I was hoping to mitigate back up into here, but we just remitigated this guy is all we did. Beep, beep, bop, bing bong boom. So, all right, now let's step out a little bit more and let's talk about a couple of things. Okay, so I really liked shorting here. Let me see if I can help. Whatever. Never mind. I want to look at it from this perspective here. And I just want to recognize that so for me, I consider this to be a range of price, right? I consider this to be a range of price. And so whether we're going to come from these kind of lows of the range here, or whether you want to kind of go from that guy there. In this circumstance, I'm coming from these areas here, and I'm saying, okay, from the high to the bottom, we are entering the discount section of the range. Now, if we extend that down, then we're not quite at discount. All of that is to say that the further you get down into discount, in my opinion, the more riskier it becomes to short the asset. The more riskier it becomes. What's another way I could illustrate this? Let me use a blank chart for this. I think I wiped my Coinbase chart recently. Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. So if you have a range of price here, it gets a little bit more risky to start shorting the low of the range, because if you were to lose, I mean, you just got to keep your targets really close. That's all. I guess that's the better way to say it. Let's, because even if we lose this range and we come back down, and to mitigate this prior demand range here, that kind of thing. Well, when you start shorting in discount, what you can end up doing is getting in to a trade that does take you to a break of the range, but then losing that trade on the mitigation. So you range, initiate, mitigate, continue, and then you end up getting taken out on that. So you just gotta, like, it's harder. I guess it's harder to swing trade a loss of the range from its discount setting. I guess that might be a better way to say that. And Golden Wolf and Wild Deuce and Massey, 33, top of the morning. So is there other shorts to be had? Yeah, there are. I just, again, I'm just trying to caution them. That's all. I'm just trying to caution them. Why is that blue? What did we do here? We mislabeled something. Yeah, I see. I mean, let's see. Do I need that line? No. Do I need this line? No. This stuff is all kind of old. We're going to change that today. Yeah, so I still like, here's the thing. I still like this area for a short. I do still like this whole zone for a short. With some price labels on it. And then we'll go take a look at some other assets here. Apologize, Bitcoin is taking me a little bit longer than it normally does. I guess it's a Monday and I had more to update. That needs to be one of those. Yeah, so in and about, honestly, in between these two lines right here, 93.9, 92.9, somewhere about in that $1,000 range. Now, this is an area I'd love to see a retest on for continuation down. The trouble is I don't see a lot of lifting points down here that could get us up to something like that. So I just don't know if there's a logical way or a route to revisit this anytime soon. I can almost see price coming down more and developing some sort of more local structure on its way down and sort of leaving this guy behind. Now I could be wrong about that, but it's just the place in which I would have liked to see it to lift is in the history, right? These little kind of semi-equal lows here. I was hoping to get a little bit more lift out of these guys. Just a little bit more lift out of those guys, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Now, you have the extremity of this wick down here, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it works, but again, that sort of goes back to my issue is that you're to come back up some 3% to remitigate this for for structure to kind of do one of these and come all the way back up here to then come down. I, it's absolutely on the table. I just think it's a bit of a long shot. That's all. I just think it's a bit of a long shot. And so, long trades for me are still, probably, I'd like to see maybe 90200. I'm really nervous about a long off at 90200. Feel much better about a long off at 85 159, but I don't think it's as easy as like price hits it, we open a long trade and then we go back up, right? I don't think it's that easy at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to come kind of down below here, probably form some sort of ranging material, and then maybe we can develop structure in and about this low that can justify a move back up towards some higher targets. And hopefully it doesn't get down there and look like this, which is boom, and then do some crap like that, because if that's the case, then I'm going to assume we are still going to smack off of something like that for a much lower drop down into basically this region down here. Yeah, down to something like that. So yeah, I'm a little hesitant to really even plan a long trade. I guess we could stab some on here. Areas I'm looking to are pretty simple, but I, again, I warn you on these kind of things, especially this one. Super warn you on that one. And this guy down here. I'll just look at. I don't want to be unrealistic about the targets on these things. Yeah, and I think this does need quite a bit of room. Now that actually could take us to a new high there. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, I have been having a good Christmas, John Woods, and I hope you have been as well. Do you guys got anything else that you guys want to chat about? Because I am, yeah, I'm pretty done. I'm pretty done with Bitcoin. I think I'm gonna go about deleting some of this other stuff because it's driving me absolutely bananas. I just don't want to look at it anymore. Yep. It's just driving me bananas. Don't want to look at it anymore. Okay, that is looking much better. And this trade, that's the trade that I'm in right now. Yes, I much prefer the state of this chart now. I guess we'll set an alert here just to see if we're lucky enough. That's what I'm going to do anyway. Not on the 4-hour chart, though. Give it to me on the... Let's go with the 10. Yeah. That's all I have to say about Bitcoin. Hey, curious about Sol? We'll take a peep at Sol. And top of the morning, Alex O Crypto, love you. Keep meaning to ask you if you've made your reservations for Vegas yet. And I keep forgetting to. But we chat about that some other time. I'm just trying not to stay at the Mandalay Bay while you're at the the Westgate or something like that, because that would be super inconvenient. Okay. Oh, did we talk about shorting out of here? We kind of did, huh? I guess we're missing our little visual indicator on this. Let's see. I would only short this if we achieved it before. Before it needs to come here first. And then I short it. And we got the alert set there, and we're ready to. Oh, you got an Airbnb? Good for you, man. Stay the hell off the strip. Good for you. No, I'll probably. Well, in that case, I suppose it's not going to matter much because I probably will stay on the strip. Just because I want to. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to stay on the strip, walk to some shows, do some stuff like that. Okay, yeah, we're done with this. We're moving on to Sol. That's what we're doing. Bybit announced FTMM perps delisting. Request to close the trades before. Would that zone be juicy or could it go lower? I mean, that zone's pretty juicy if you ask me on FTM. Yeah, I would say that zone is very juicy. But you know, a delisting, you know, like let's talk about a delisting because that's information that the chart doesn't contain. But what the chart does contain is a failure at the range high, right? It does contain that. So this is a very, very logical place for me to hold in order for it to set a higher low and a higher high. But it doesn't mean I mean, like, nothing about that has confirmed. Right now, the only for sure thing that exists on this chart is the failure at the range high, indicating a potential rotation back to the range low and a big fat double top right in that zone. My mouse malfunctioned right with a break right here. That 100% exists on the chart. And with a failure of the range high indicating a rotation of the range low. Those are already here. But you know, if we get like, you know, maybe 2-minute market or 2-hour market structure so back on your hands in this area and maintain this leg of price, because so you have the little bit of a break on the top, but we really have not lost this area yet. And so I'm still going to say that this leg is so you have like yeah, I don't know. I still think this is in play. I still think that is in play. I see the break. I see where it occurred. But there is some larger time frame structure in this leg that is still intact because that low is still strong in nature and intact. So I do see a potential to lift out of there. Yes, I do. Oh, are we literally at it right now? It's a pretty shitty way to get to it. I know. I say that kind of stuff all the time. It's a pretty shitty way to get to it. God, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm going to really need to see something change on this. We'll get to Sol here in a second. I'm going to really need to see something change on it. Even if you return and break this guy, you're still dealing with supply right here. So, not out of the woods yet. This could very well be due for if price were to turn around from here and set a higher high, because we've achieved literally like the spot I was looking for, right? If it were to return around from here and set a higher high, you may very well have some sort of a bottoming range occur prior to that, right? Like you could see this, where'd my highlighter go? You could see this flip only to take you back up to this, to have you knock back down to range back down in here, pull that low one more time, maybe break this guy, and then the actual move starts. So just because it's hit the area that I want, there's no trade for me yet. No. Nope. No, I have to. Yeah, I gotta see some of this market structure start turning around. Got to see it turn around. Like I have to see this broken here. Let me give you some examples. I have to see this broken in order to target those semi-equal highs right there. And then once these semi-equal highs, if price were to come up here, I can target that, but that's about a 1-to-1 trade. So that's still a no entry for me. If it can come up here, break this, retest back into here, and come up, I might be able to start building a 3R only if that were to occur. Because I'm not going to get my 3R here. That is not going to give me my 3R there. But in the event that I could get something like this to occur, maybe then I can start to get a 3R out of it. But in the, yeah, it's going to be a waiting game on this one for me. That's all. And now we will move to Sol. Okay, I'm still interested in this trade. So let's just kick that down the line. Oop. I am still interested in that trade. Let's get this other stuff cleaned up. That's slightly encouraging. I like the lean on these. It's the right direction, if you ask me. Okay, so you know we'd yeah, we've been tracking Sol for a while. This guy, and we start targeting, you know, pulling all that liquidity, which we have. We're back down in our previous demand range. Check. We come back up, bounce off of our last supply, start sort of ranging here. I want to see these lows taken again. Yeah, because when you're looking a little bit more closely, up, down, up, break, and then you smack back into that supply there. We run back down. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so hit that supply, run down. Don't set a new low. So we come back down into, you got this action here. 1, 2, 3, almost like a sort of head and shoulders sort of type of move. Break. So there's your demand. We lift up out of demand. Get clearance above that high, but just immediately, so there must have been some remaining area of supply that it didn't like. I'm on the 2-hour time frame. If we drop to the 30, it'll be more clear. As we roll up out of here, boom, you lose that. We're targeting this guy again. Is that a, I'll be damned if it isn't. That's a 1, 2, 3, small little distribution in there. All right, and so we're coming back for this low now. Come on, highlighter. But I don't think that low is going to have the stopping power. Had it pulled this low right here prior to the break, sure, but instead it left all those stop losses to peel. And if we're going to peel all these stop losses here, why not take all those stop losses there at the same point in time? So Sol for me is currently, as it stands right now, is a short anywhere out of this zone right here. Anywhere out of that zone right there. If we were to get a back test into here, let me get a price label on this. That's not the button I want. If we were to get back, if we were to, I see that this candle already did it, so we may not, yeah, we may not be coming back for this anytime soon. We may not be coming back for that, but if we could, yeah, I would want to, I'd want to short that. I don't think the SL needs to be quite that big, but I'd probably want to short that down to here. Yeah, you're gonna need a retracement though. Gonna need a retracement. I mean, I guess you could try and cover that little tiny bit of supply that got mitigated there. I'm sorry, yeah, supply that got mitigated there. Try and hide your SL above here, an entry here. You still need to be. You're going to be in that trade for a while. I think you'd be in that trade into tomorrow at least. And that is just a little bit more of a risky approach right there. That's a little bit more of a risky approach because we have ranged, we have initiated. What if we mitigate for continuation, clear back up into this top section here, right? And so if you could get that to happen, well, then this gets a heck of a lot easier. All of this becomes way easier at that point. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. And then I am interested for longs down here at 175, 173 or whatever. I am interested for longs there. Yes, I am. Yeah, Luxor. I like Luxor. Luxor is nice. Is that Serpen C 1111? Good morning. Oh, it's Reaper. Oh, hey, what's up, Reaper? Let's see here. Brew, can we take the D-Scam Wick low and high as swing points, or is it just scams? Yeah, I have to. I have to take them as swing points. I have to take them as swing points, and I do actually have a decent justification for it on the Bitcoin chart. I do. Let me illustrate this for you. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, and I think I'm going to understand your concern in asking that. So I will. There's no argument to be made for me that this is not a swing point. Okay, that's 100% an argument yeah, yeah, 100, yeah, absolutely. Now on the perp charts, on the perpetual charts, this wick did end up taking out the preceding wick. You know, maybe not on what are we on Coinbase here? Coinbase, right? Now, this may not have occurred, or I'm sorry, this did not occur on Coinbase, but it did on the perpetual charts. So whether you're going to consider this as your swing low or this as your swing low, it's about half a dozen of one, six of the other to me. They're about the same damn thing because of this. So yeah, I'm perfectly comfortable with this being a swing point. Let's actually take a minute and let's talk about this because I'm targeting here, okay? So let's just use this one. Let's just use this line right here and let's get rid of this wick. So in the event that we do break this daily market structure with the daily candle body close, right, then that's going to look like we have broken the external market structure up here, right? And then so that could very well equal down into these areas, right? So yes, this is a very important sort of couple of days for Bitcoin as to whether or not we're going to end up printing something that looks like this on the chart or not. I'm not 100% sold it has to go that way, right? I'm not 100% sold on that. I think that it could, it's a little rough, but I think that it could trade down into this area, okay? Work with me. Work with me. I think, Jesus, that is, I have to fix this. I'm so sorry, but that is just, it's wrecking my brain. There we go. I think we could trade down into this area, pull all the last bit of this liquidity here, get everybody super bearish because of this, and just manipulate down here, pull the last little bit of this liquidity, and actually set a higher high. And then we may develop a larger distribution range after that. Right? And then putting in more of putting in more of a like, 1, 2, 3 off into like April of next year, and yeah. That's something I could still see happening. So that's how I feel about that. Thanks for the question, Reaper. Um, just out of curiosity, wondering if you only trade crypto markets, do you ever trade things like crude oil, platinum, gold? So, John, it's a great question. Appreciate you asking it. I do currently have only ever traded crypto markets. Having said that, it is in my dude. Why does this button never want to do what I want it to do? Um, yeah, it's my goal to get into the other stuff. It's my goal to get into the other stuff. I saw somebody post this the other day. I'm not into trend lines. I'm not. Trend lines are not my thing. Um, I saw somebody post this the other day. And I thought it was like, I don't know, moderately interesting. They were making some. They were making some comparison like this. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about all that malarkey. Anyways, God, it made more sense the last time I looked at it. Whatever. Mark Dutch, top of the morning here. Wild Deuce. I see a mitigation block for much lower prices. I do too. Wild Deuce on the daily. Yeah. Oh yeah. For me, yeah, I don't know. I just want to see, like, if we are to lose this area of price that we're in right now, I just want to see it come right back to here. That's all I want. That's all I want. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the buds, bro. Appreciate it. TA on Soul, no problem. All right, do we have anything? Oh, virtual and Velo. Yeah, let's go, Papa. Take a look at those. I got some time still. All right, let's maybe go over here. Do I have? I don't think I ever added Velo to my watch list. Did I add Velo to my? I did add Velo to my watch list. All right. Well, that's kind of interesting. Because this to me gives the look of a 1, 2, 3 reaccumulation. That gives the look of a reaccumulation to me. So why is it that when price comes back up into this section of supply right here, that it fails? And it's okay to retrace from there, right? It's okay to retrace from there, but it's really important that you hold this leg when you do it, right? And so if we look to this as demand right here, like, why are we halfway through that? What's up with that? And again, it's like you get lift out of this, probably near your 50% line, pretty close. You get lift out of it, but can't seem to. Okay, all right, we're getting in here. So you have this last sort of buy to sell that breaks structure from left to right, that puts your inefficiency in right there, that drags price down into here. Didn't really break much, but whatever. Nonetheless, you have this section of supply here that we couldn't ever make it through. And then we come back down, break this low. Let's get this out of here. There's just things happening on here that I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Now, if this holds right here, then I'm actually okay with everything on here. So that could be your higher low for your higher high, that general area. But I don't like it. It does not look. It doesn't look super bullish to me. I'd want to see us return 15-minute structure to our favor by breaking 025. I would be worried about retracement out of this area right here, starting at 0254. And then it would be a matter of this is what I would need to see to trade this. To long it anyway, this is what I'd need to see. I would be interested, to long it, this is what I'd need to see. And so for that reason, okay, anyways, let me just get this out of my head. I want to see it come back up here, break this. I want to see it flow into supply. I want to see something local break on, say, your 5-minute to drag you back down into newly formed demand. And then I want to see, demand break this structure from here to here, indicating that demand is in control. And here would be something I would want to trade, but not here. You could look to short out of there, actually. But no long trades for me until what I just described occurs, or lower. You give me lower and I'd be interested. Pretty fucking low though. Yeah. Yeah, that one's in a precarious position. It's just in a super awkward position to me. And then we wanted to do virtual. I don't know how to spell. I think we were looking at it probably on Bybit. Well, this long trade that we were looking at a while ago, unfortunately has developed some problems. Yeah, I would have much rather seen something that went this direction. Fear is this. I think that long trade could still work. I just don't think it's going to take you any higher than this now. So let's get this idea adjusted. You can watch for a play off this low. It would be much healthier for it to SFP this low. You still have trouble up here though. I reckon you still got a big fat problem on your hands above 343. But as far as areas I would be looking to long, I only have two on this. Yeah, these guys. just those, and then shorts. This is an obvious short zone for me, but the same thing. It has to happen prior to the long. Well, maybe not. I don't want to mess anybody's brains up too bad, so I'm not going to make any assumptions. I'll say it could work either way. But yeah, probably something along those lines. Probably something along those lines. Yeah, like it can do this all it wants to, and I would much rather wait for this than trade any of this. I'd much rather trade that. All right. Let's see here. I see another question from. Okay. However, I can imagine one of those Harpin reversals too. Oh, I'm sorry you have trouble trading BTC, Wild Deuce. I love trading BTC. May we also come back to FWT TON? Yeah, we could do that. I've totally forgot about that one. If you don't mind looking at a low cap meme, can you check the dog coin? Yeah, we can take a look at dog coin. Do I think the market will go down due to the USDT delisting? No, as a matter of fact, so let's talk about a USDT delisting really quick before we go take a look at FWT TON and DOG. So I have a little bit of USDT left, and if somebody told me hey, we're going to delist this, right? So like it's not going to be allowed to be used on the exchange anymore. I know exactly what I would do with my USDT. And it's not convert it back to US dollar and withdraw it from the exchange. Nope, that's not what I would do with it. I would fucking buy crypto with it. That's what I would do with it, right? So, so for that, I'll take a look. Let me see if I can find that post you made in Discord. So for that reason, I think it's actually probably more bullish. I think it's actually more bullish. Let me see if I can find this chart that I got tagged in. Oh, Reapers, looking at the chart, and this. Let's look at this really quick. So, what did you use? You used Blowfin for it. Let's talk about this really quick. So, my chart is probably going to be slightly different than yours, just because I'm on a different exchange. But I want to talk about something here. So let's go whatever from here to here to here to here to here to here. Okay, and then you're saying, okay, so wait a minute, we lost the low here. But this is where I will just, and you could absolutely be right about what you're proposing there, Reapers. You could totally be right. Here's just a little bit of caution I use. This is not a candle body close. And so for that reason, I would actually stair step this right off of that wick. This candle body close here, and I would say, yes, this structure is breaking down. But we're basing this off of a stair step from here. So that's where, like on this chart, I would probably prefer to use that low right there. But it's just due to the lack of a candle body close right here, I would stair step that break. And I would then say, okay, so if we couldn't close a candle body here, then I want to see that we can close one here. So I would actually stair step that. Because right now you still have the potential of this low holding, indicating weakness on this high. How did we find this thing last time? I'm trying to remember how the hell we found this last time. Or how the hell I did it. FWTTON. FWTTON. All. I remember struggling with this last time too. I mean, was it one of these? I guess it was. I guess it was. I reckon we found it. So let's go back and see what we were looking at up here. Okay, so we never got down into the zone we wanted, or rather, what happened when we did? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing happened there. Structure flowed. No, that's not what I want. Finally breaking here. Couldn't get a decent mitigation. Okay. All right. Now it's up to the 4 hour. Looks pretty bad, man. Looks pretty bad. I don't think now. Obviously, this chart is just struggles so much with liquidity, but really specifically this here, this whole thing here. If you lose this, it's game over. It's game over if you lose that guy. So, yeah, not looking particularly hot at the moment. You really want to see price flipping around here sometime very, very soon. Very, very soon. And this is like the place to do it in. Outside of taking that low. But I mean, it really struggles on liquidity. Look at the 4 hour candles this thing puts in. Unreal. Unreal. Yeah, unreal. But I would say if you lose this this low here, yeah, you can see price all the way back down to there. Yeah, so that looks really rough. If you're in a position on that, I'd recommend getting the hell out of it. That's what I'd recommend. If as long as you're long, if you're short, then maybe different, whole different thing. So dog, huh? Dog coin, dog to the moon, dog to the moon, dog to the moon, dog. This thing. I feel like I might have a chart on something called dog. No? Okay. Whatever, let's look at it on here. Just look at it on Mexi. I don't want to look at it there. I want more history. There we go, that's more better. Yeah. It's problematic, man. That's problematic. Yeah, it's very problematic. All right. So the 4 hour chart. So you've got this, boom, boom, and then we break it. And that has a major impact. Has a major impact. So as we get back into this area, we lose structure again. Right here. Yeah, and then let's start looking at the external flow. Boom, 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 whatever. Include all that in there. And we go, okay, so we have already been back for this once. didn't bring us to a higher high off of this. So it's like you better hope that this low SFPs, but yeah, you better hope like it runs this and then comes up and breaks that. That's the only version that you get a higher high anytime soon, because outside of that you lose this. Yeah, then I would be watching back down into this region here. But currently, in order to recommend a spot purchase on this, I'd want to see at least a shift in at least 4 hour market structure, and then currently that would have a pretty local target to it, right? So if this structure here managed to flip, I think I would still only be targeting here. And that's, I mean, that's a decent move. You make some spot profits off of that, but it's in a problematic position. I'm not like, it's a big if for me. It's a big if as to whether this holds, and this could provide lift only to, there's another problem. Yeah, I'm going to theory craft a little bit further into the future. Let's complete this flow. You see how this could just provide another lower high for a lower low. So there's some problems on that chart. There's some problems on that chart. But 005472 is the very first level in which I would be interested in a potential long, and I don't feel great about it. No, I don't. All right. Let's see here. I do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to leave. So let's see if I missed anything. So use all my USDT today. That's what I would do. Actually, probably. I don't think I'm on Femex, which is out of Singapore, and so I don't think I have anything. I don't have very much USDT left, but I've been thinking about selling my USDT off too. I'm new here. Can you tell me how to identify the 15-minute market structure? Alan Kola. If you go to my channel and find the market structure video, you'll find very in-depth information on this. This is the last question I have time for, and I'm going to answer it. So we're going to go to the 15-minute time frame. We'll just use dog. Okay, so on your 15-minute time frame, you need at least 2 consecutive bearish candles, and you need 2 consecutive bullish candles. So 15-minute structure right here looks like this. It's coming up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, boom, break. So you need to have at least 2 bearish candles that set a low lower than the prior low, and then you need at least 2 bullish candles coming back the other way. Now there has to be 2 consecutive candles. You see that there is a third one here. Let me get rid of this. There's this candle right here. It is not a bearish candle. But because there are 2 consecutive bearish candles that ultimately come to a new low, that is how your 15-minute structure reads right there. Just the same way that you have 2 bullish candles, then now see, you don't have 2 bearish candles here. So that is not a valid 15-minute low right there. That's like a 5-minute low or so. But you just need the 2 consecutive candles. Here's another good example of where things get a little tricky. So we come down to a low, we come up to a high, but your 15-minute low is over there. Here are your two consecutive bearish candles, number one. Number two, where's your low after that? It's here. Then we come clean up to here, down to here. There's my two consecutive bullish candles. So I can come as far as here. Here's my two consecutive bearish candles, so I can come back down to here. My two consecutive bullish candles, my two consecutive bearish candles, bullish candles. Now see, I don't have two consecutive bearish candles, so this is not a 15-minute low. There we go. All right, and I'm slightly late now to my next appointment, so I gotta wish you guys all a good day. You have a good one. Take care. See y'all tomorrow, and